two, one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerdgasm Podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that are nerdy and things that are naughty. I am the popcorn known as Merlin Sensei. Of course, we have the peanuts known as the 12-sided guy. We have a tasty caramel taffy coating known as Switch Riggs. And of course, the special prize inside every box is the Moopacabra. That
Hooray!
makes up the hashtag not sponsored Cracker Jacks known as Nerdgasm Inc. And I cannot find a good light filter, so forgive me for kind of changing throughout until I find something I like.
I could totally picture just like in one of those cartoons, you open up the box and just poof, Chupacabra.
Listen, the prizes are not what they used to be, right? You used to
No.
get like little plastic bullshit, even if it was just like a plastic ring or something.
Oh man,
and I
little
loved
plastic
it.
bullshit. When it originally came out, you used to get little metal bullshit.
Well, but still, but
And
now
then they
it's all
got
like
sued.
stickers. Now it's stickers and stuff, and it just doesn't. And it's
Stickers
almost
and
always like
temporary tattoos.
it's
and
like a baseball
Morgan
sticker.
Freeman.
It's like the Yankees logo or the
Right.
Dodgers logo or like the Red Sox. I don't get that shit out of here. I don't
Mhm.
care
You know
about that.
what? There's a possible market there for somebody who has a 3D printer. Is make your own.
Oh, it's already a thing, I
toys
bet
with
you.
eggs.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. It's the whole "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" song, right? So of course there's
Yeah.
baseball stickers in a box of Cracker Jacks, but still,
Yeah.
oh nudes, guys!
No.
I gotta tell you, I'm so excited to see this cat because I was at work today, right? And I'm getting a reputation as somebody who gets shit done. So like somebody needed something today, and like I went to take care of it, right? And so I was told that apparently this person has a cat in residence. And the cat's name is Clark Kent. And I misunderstood what was told to me. And I thought when I got to this person's office to drop off the box fan for their apartment, that the cat would be in the office. And I was fucking jazzed to see this cat. And then my coworker was like, "No, she can't have the cat in the office. What do you know?" And I'm like,
Why
"Oh,
not?
come on." And like, I thought I was gonna get to see the kitty. Like, I was all prepared to pet this cat, and like, he's like,
I
"I
mean,
haven't even met Clark Kent yet." I was like,
we-
"Well, fix it."
We went over this, was it last week or the week before? It was Take Your Cat to Work Day at one point in time. I
We
just
had
don't remember
to
when.
we had to stipulate that people couldn't bring pets to the office because people were bringing their pets into the office and their pets were not appropriately housebroken.
Behaving.
Which is bad enough in the apartments, like when we have to deal with that, but in the offices, it's a whole different thing. And then when you start factoring people's allergies, no me gusta, so they can't have their pets in their offices, which is
That's
sad because I would
unfortunate.
love an office dog.
Hey, for anybody out there listening, a bit of a pro tip for you. Don't eat any types of popcorn before recording, just in case you get like those little corn kernel husks stuck somewhere, and it's annoying and unprofessional.
You're having like a real bad night for professionalism, aren't you, Merlin? Camera's not working, or lights not working right, popcorn in your mouth, all sorts
Hey.
of problems.
I am anything but professional, so
This week was a test of my professionalism, let me tell you, because we were dealing with this issue all of yesterday. Day before? Yesterday. I don't remember. It was sometime in the last 2.5, 3 days. I forget which day it was, right? And it was one of those things where I called my coworker and I go, "Hey, this is not working. Like we have a couple of different keys. Everybody has their key that gets them into their room, and then there's a separate key that gets you, like, it's your work key, right? It's got more access on it." Well, I had a student that his key was working, but his work key was not working. And so I call to go, "Hey, his key's not working on the door." And my coworker goes, "Well, I'm not seeing a denial in the system." And I'm like, okay, well, I'm physically watching him like tap the card and it's not working. So like, you can tell me that it's not denying it, but it's denying it. I can see it do it, right?
Well, here's the question. Is it not denying it, or is it not registering it in the first place?
So what happens is the cards that we use have a couple of different things on them. You can swipe, but it also has the contactless thing where you just tap. And the swipe was working, but the tap wasn't, because his media values got messed up for the tap part of it. So what was happening was, so we finally, basically after an entire day of people going, well, it just doesn't do that. And I'm like, but it's doing that. I know you can tell me that it doesn't do that, but I'm watching it do it. So maybe we should operate under the assumption that it can and will in fact do the thing. So finally, my other my supervisor comes over at the end of the day, because he's like, go ahead and have him swipe it again. And I'm like, nope, not working. So he just goes, I'm coming over there. Don't let him leave. And I'm like, okay, great. So he comes over with the laptop, sets up in my office, gets the work key, and like it was just like a whole thing of like, we fix one thing, the other thing breaks. We fix that, the other thing breaks, and it just keeps going. And they go, well, his numbers are wrong in the system. When we fix one, the other one's changing, but the system doesn't do that. And I'm like, we can keep repeating the system doesn't do that, but we're literally watching it do that. It does that. The system does, in fact, do the thing that you're saying it doesn't do. So maybe instead of continuing to repeat how it can't do that, we fix the problem that it's doing. And it was just like over and over and over. Well, it doesn't work like that. Okay, cool. Sure. But it does work like that. So
there is a
All too
very
relatable.
big difference between it doesn't work like that and it's not supposed to work like that.
It's not supposed to work like that, but that's what it's doing, and that's the biggest part of the
That
problem.
is very reminiscent of issues I used to have at my previous job, working for a non-disclosed arcade.
Yeah.
And what would happen is the arcade was adjacent to a hotel, housed within a hotel, in fact. And the problem is the games in the arcade use swipe cards. You know, you
Mhm.
load up tokens, whatever the currency is. Hell, you could even load up tickets and stuff like that.
Like
You
Chuck E.
know.
Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese uses that system now too, even.
Do they? Does Chuck E. Cheese still exist?
Chuck
Yeah.
E. Cheese still exists.
Scandia for the Canadians.
So we also had kiosks where you could take your card, load it, into the machine and be like, put $20 on here. The problem is anything that had the stripe, or
Mhm.
whatever, counted as, being able to load stuff onto it. However, the games did not recognize all the card swipes. So people would use their hotel key to add money on there, and then we would have to call the hotel, be like, hey, here's this thing.
Yep.
It's a
It's
barcode.
hard because people assume when you're working in an environment like that everybody works together, right? And that everybody communicates. That's not always the case. And
No.
that's one of the biggest things we run into, not just at our university, but at any university, is what happens is just because, if I work for Greek life, or if I work for housing, or if I work for maintenance, or if I work for, I don't know, undergraduate research, whatever, all of these entities are all within the university, but they all operate differently. And you can't just, like, I had somebody ask me today, they're like, hey, I don't want to live on campus. Do you think maybe instead of getting like a room scholarship, I could have a membership to the rec center? And I was like, it's cute that you think I have that kind of power. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, because the department we work for and the Department of Recreational Services are two completely different departments. It's different. It's the money. That's the biggest thing. It's who's paying the university for what.
And also what licenses are, tied to certain departments. One of the biggest complaints we got at the arcade is like, oh, hey, I have 7,000 tickets. This item, prize is 7,500 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Can I pay the $5 difference or whatever, like a penny a ticket, something like that? No, we do not have a license to sell items. We have a license to sell tokens, and we have a license to
Yes.
barter or trade.
That's like how you can't, a lot of places you can't sell things. But if I set up a table with, I don't know, handcrafted goods and set a suggested donation of $5 per thing, I can do that. It's semantics on a level that's just irritating, but you can't, like, we used to do that for, I mean, back at the university I worked for 10 years ago, 12 years ago even, we would do, like, it would be Relay for Life, and we couldn't fundraise, but we could have a pancake breakfast and just happen to have a jar out that said, I mean, if you feel like donating to Relay for Life, like, go for it.
It's so weird sometimes. I was talking to an artist basically, who does, crafts that are geeky and stuff like that. And she and I were talking. She was like, "Yeah, I couldn't get a, booth down Artist Alley or whatever for this convention, etc., etc. It's too expensive, whatever." I was like, you know what the big brain play is? Sign up to do a panel on how to create your own, little crafts or whatever, so that way you could go ahead and show a demonstration of, I use this kind of fabric, I use this kind of stitching and stuff like that. And then have your stuff there and the suggested donation, box, and technically you're still within guidelines.
It's a fine, I think it's a welcome to Night Vale, Joe. This is like, there's a fine line that separates this and this, and that line is covered in bees. Slippery slope.
Don't fear the bees.
We have the same thing where I work as well, but it's you can't do that. Like, no, I can't see your internet speed from where I'm sitting. That'd be an invasion of privacy.
Right.
So many people think I can just magically get into their computers. I remote into people's computers for IT work, and for people that don't know. And they're like, "Can you just remote into my computer?" Well, yes. Well, first we need to go through this. You just can't do it? Like, no, that would be an invasion of your privacy. Like,
right.
You just want me to do something illegal.
You need to give me authorization.
Mm-hmm.
And they get all pissy about that. It's like, really, guys? But yeah, like half the time it's like, yeah, that's cute that you think I have the other person's notes. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the biggest things. The last job I worked for, the job I work for now, is so much of it is when somebody goes, "Hey, can you do blank, blank, blank for me?" Am I capable? Yes, absolutely. I'm not allowed to just do that. I have to wait for somebody to tell me it's okay to do that. I have to have, we'll have people that'll just say, "Hey, I need this." And it's like,
that's nice.
Okay. Like, yes, I have that information. I can't just give it to you. Like, you need to go through the channels that you need to go through. And that's the biggest thing that we're running into right now. But that was the other big thing, is like, I hate technology. I hate it for some reasons, because I got an email from the police department asking for a certain piece of information. This is not uncommon, right? That's within the scope of I'm on that listserv. I'm not the one that gives that information, but I work with people that do. Within 5 minutes of receiving this email, I get a phone call from one of my staff members saying, "Hey, the police department is calling me asking for XYZ." And I'm like, "Yeah, they just emailed asking for that. Like, can you give me 5 fucking minutes?" Like, so I called my coworker to be like, "Hey, the police are calling." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm working on it now. Like, we just got the email 5 minutes ago." And I'm like, if everybody could just fucking, could we breathe? Could everybody just take a breath?
Nope.
I hate, good and bad, right? There used to be, 10 years ago, there was this mindset of, if you were sitting in a meeting, you were not on your phone, you were not on your computer, you were not on a tablet, you were focused on that meeting. And it was frustrating sometimes, because you're like, I could just send off this email real quick and get this out to this person that I need right now. And it was frustrating not to be able to do that. Now I spend every single meeting with my phone or the tablet in front of me, constantly in communication with other people. And it's great from a certain aspect, because again, when something comes up right away, I'm able to send that information out. It's a giant pain in the ass because people expect every answer now.
Yeah.
Like I had an incoming staff member email me to ask about dress code at 9:30 at night. And because I'm me, I answered them because I'm sitting there and my phone is in my hand. I hate that I have work email on my phone, but it's expected now. It's just, you're meant to always be reachable. I mean, and granted, that's part of my job description, right? I'm always on call, but I don't always have to answer email, but it becomes expected. The concept of 8 to 5 is just completely out the window. You're just always working.
At your location, they make me get
Yes.
off of it. They're like, no, you go away as soon as that clock turns and you're off a phone
Yeah.
call. Away you go. We don't want to pay you more than we have to.
I told one of my students that today because she's like, I'm going to go home and put all this in a Google Doc. And I said, you absolutely will not. And she went, what? And I said, you can do that on Monday when you're back on the clock. And she was like, but I like to, I said, I get that. And I understand. She is me at 17. Like I listen to her talk and I'm like, oh my God, you're screwed because you're congratulations, you Mupacabra Jr. And she gets stuff done. She does it quick. She has a great attitude about it. She goes above and beyond, and she's so excited to be like, how can I help next? What else do you need? And I get it because I was that person.
The world is going to destroy her.
It is. And it's so disappointing because she is so and it's that delicate balance, right? Because she needs the head pats. She wants to do these things because it makes her feel good to do them, but she will burn herself out so fast.
Take advantage of her.
And it's going to be a nightmare. And
I've said it before, hey, Merlin, you don't have a traditional family, and literally the first day you started working here, you picked up a double shift. You can go ahead and watch the entire arcade while literally everybody else goes to this company baseball game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess so. I mean, do I get recompense since I'm not going to you get to work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Same kind of thing, right?
Fuck myself.
That's what she's like. And she's the one too, I sent 2 of them down to a storage closet to be like, hey, is there anything you could do? There's not a lot of space in here and we have a bunch more shit we have to fit in this closet. And the 2 of them went in and the one staff member came back and was like, yeah, there's nothing else we can do. And I'm looking at the other one and she's not saying anything, but I can see it on her face. So the next day when she came in without the other coworker, I looked at her and said, is there really nothing you can do about that closet? And she went, and I'm like, it's okay. And she's like, we could fit so much more in there. It just needs to be reorganized. And that's what I was asking them to do, right? But the other staff member can't be fucked to do it. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, you're not telling me anything I don't already know, right? I know I have staff members that they're a solid, on the 1 to 5 scale, they're a solid 3 meets expectations. They're not going to go above and beyond, but they're going to get what I need done. You know what I mean? And I go in to look at this room after she is done with it. And not only has she managed to fit the rest of the tables that I needed in there, there's still space because she ripped every table apart because they disconnect and stacked the tops of the tables on one side and then nested the legs of the tables in the other direction. And I'm like, oh my God, you're my favorite. Holy cow. Holy cow. And I tell myself every day, do not be the one that just fucking ruins everything for her because I know she'll get shit done.
That's the thing, and it's unfortunate. And we've touched on this before, and it's in today's economy, these Zoomers, nobody wants to work. It's like, no, that's not the problem at all. We've just finally seen through all of you fuckers' lies. Oh, we can't do anything. We can't let you do it from home. Yes, you fucking can.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can't do this. We can't do that. Yes, you fucking can.
I threw that into one of my boss's faces once. Literally, I asked while I was at a different company, and I was like, yeah, I could really do this from home, couldn't I? He's like, yeah, you could. I was like, why don't we set that up? He's like, no, we can't do that. COVID hit. Bam, they're all at home. I'm like, see? Could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say anything past that. He just gave me the, uh-huh. You were right.
It's unfortunate. People like Moo and me and Switch and probably even 12, when we started off in the world, we were fed the same lie, and that's if you do your best and try your hardest, you will succeed.
Mhm.
No, the fuck you will not.
You work
will
hard
be
and you put
taken
your
advantage of, and the minute that you become not even a liability, but as soon
when you
as
question it.
somebody or someone else comes by that will do it for cheaper or with less hassle, or that won't say, hey, I've been with the company for 3 years and have never gotten a promotion because of evaluations that were supposed to come around at 90 days and etc. Like, what's up with that? You will be booted to the fucking curb.
I think it's disappointing because there's this. I have been fortunate enough that I have worked with some companies where that is not the case. Some companies. And I guess I shouldn't even say some companies. It all depended on the atmosphere at the time. It was all in who was my supervisor. I think we've talked about this before. People don't quit jobs. People quit bosses. That's what
Very
people
true.
quit. And
Most of the time, yes.
most of the time. No, yeah. Are there exceptions to that? Yes. I'm sorry. Good employees don't quit jobs. Good employees quit bosses, typically. And it's that same mindset of, oh, well, there's nothing we can do for you. There's no way we can help. I remember working at Victoria's Secret ages ago, before I had kids, and from 4.
Sorry, we're losing you a little bit, Moo. Can you go ahead and repeat that after working at Victoria's Secret? Nope, nope, nope. You're still gone.
Try again.
Mm-mm,
Interesting.
no. I would say it's probably recording, so I guess fake your way through it, and we'll give you blank head nods.
Like we
Okay.
normal. There she is.
Okay, she's back.
Okay. So I will just, I guess I'll hold up the paddle when I'm done talking, just in case. So, I would work from 4 a.m. till noon, and I was meant to be done at noon. And at the time, my ex-husband and I were sharing a car, and so I had to be home at noon because he needed the car. And I tried to leave at my scheduled time. They're like, "Oh, well, it's not done yet," and I'm like, "Right, but." Me just left because she had to pick up her kid. Well, yeah, she had to pick up her kid. Okay, I have to go pick up my husband. Like, what's the.
I I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree. Now, the thing is, you specifically, when you took on this job, you let it be known that this was an issue,
Mhm.
etc., 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 and you needed to do this for this reason and stuff
Right.
like that. That's understandable. What I think, to an extent, is unacceptable are
You know,
people that are like, "Oh, it's 4:30. It's time for me to leave." It's like, well, okay, but can you stay like 5, 10 more minutes or whatever just to
well,
finish up this last thing,
mhm.
or whatever? No, it's
Well,
4:30. It's time for me to leave.
and that's understandable, but like these would be situations where I'd be scheduled from 4 a.m. until noon. It'd be 2 in the afternoon, and they'd be like, "No, you're still here." But
Mm,
when I'd say, then why not just schedule me until 2 if you know it's going to take that long? Oh,
yeah.
well, it's on the schedule.
That was the other thing that just fucking burned my biscuits about my last job is it's like, okay, this person leaves at 4:30. The next person comes in at 4:30. Do you know how often that actually happened?
Yeah, exactly. That's a big thing now. Even is we have a part of my position. My students staff a 24-hour on-call line. It's part of why I'm on call 24/7 because I'm their backup. Right? They call me if they don't know what to do. But the
And
problem
remember,
is,
folks, rule number one for being on call: have your fucking phone with you. Rule number two: have it fucking charged. Rule number three: have it fucking on.
yeah, we had to have that conversation. Like, on your person,
Uh.
answer the fucking phone.
And rule number 4: don't talk about Fight Club.
To talk about Fight Club. Fucking Fight Club. I'm gonna if these kids don't get this goddamn phone on them.
I
But
feel
if
called
Star-
out. I am totally on call, and right now my phone is just dead.
like that happened today. I have to leave at 5 on Fridays. I have to be out at 5 because I go pick
Yes.
up the monsters on Fridays.
Yeah.
It is 4:55, and I'm calling my staff member going, "Hey, are you coming to get this phone?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on my way." No. You should have this now. Like now. I'm so sick of this show up at 4:59 shit. Like, can we? They're all babies. Every last one of them. 17, 18, 19. I have one 23-year-old. They are teeny tiny babies. I picked up one of their driver's license and I went, "Why the fuck is it sideways?" Because they're minors. And so these kids don't know how to adult because they haven't had to do it before. And
Well,
so
plus it's not taught in schools. We've been over this.
no.
How do we do taxes? No idea. But parallelogram season is coming up. I'm set. Mitochondria, baby. Powerhouse of the cell. I use
this
that
girl
every
was-
fucking day of my life.
This girl was like, "How do I get my paycheck?" And I'm like, "Okay, well, we have to set up your direct deposit." "I don't have a bank account." "The fuck you mean you don't have a bank account?" She says, "Well, I'm not 18. I said, "You don't have to be 18 to have a bank account. You just need an ID."
Yeah, it's
Like, "Oh, well,
yeah.
you just
don't
need an
even
ID. And I was like,
do you?
"You do. You have to have an ID, some form of identification to prove who you are." But I was like, "I'll take you to the fucking bank right now if this is a problem. Like, we'll get this set up for you." But like, my problem is I had an overactive mom instinct before I ever had kids. It's so much worse now that I have kids. Like, I
Just out of curiosity, and forgive me for derailing, is Moo out of sync for anybody else?
Yes, I'm not worried about it. Just keep going, Moo. You're fine.
It's not your fault, Moo. Think about the new internet that you'll have in X amount of time.
okay. So
Oh no, what have I done?
speaking of the new internet thing, okay, fuck it. No, our internet has been jacked lately. Our upload speeds are shit. They completely tanked. We had somebody come in and bring us a new modem, and it's still not working right. And the only thing I can think is we live in a shitty neighborhood, right? It's not a good neighborhood. It's very much minority populations, underserved communities. It is not a good neighborhood. And all I can think is that the infrastructure just can't handle anything. And it's so goddamn frustrated. And this is gonna sound so awful, but I looked at Dress Blacks and Titmouse and I was like, I mean, the next neighborhood we're moving to, like, is full of white people, and entitled white people don't take this shit. Like, the infrastructure will be better.
Don't
confirm.
misunderstand what Moo is saying, listeners and viewers. Moo is not saying that minority people make an area bad. Moo
No.
is saying that the county and cities tend to ignore those areas because of
Correct.
a misconception that the minorities are the problem, which they often are not.
Correct.
It's usually, unfortunately, a very awkward, cyclical kind of thing. It's like,
sucks.
well, the city doesn't fucking care, so now the people living there don't care, so now it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost.
Yes. Turns out when we treat people like shit, they behave like shit. What a fucking concept.
Yeah.
When
Can
we don't
confirm, by the way, white people
Yeah.
are the worst on the phone for IT work. Trust me.
but
I'm gonna say that's the thing. White people are fucking entitled as hell. That's why a Karen is a, middle-aged white woman with the pixie cut or whatever. Stereotypically.
I was full on that white token kid that they sent to the door to talk to the cops.
I
it's
kind
just
of was too whenever I would hang out with Mo Guns and everybody else in the area because guess what? I was white.
it's
Everybody
been
else was
so
Black, Puerto Rican, Italian. And they have that
olive
like
skinned.
olive.
We'll go olive skinned. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a whole issue we've talked about as we're talking about moving into a new house. We talked about selling. Oh, hang on, because DressBlacks can do this better than I can.
While Moo's gone,
Intermission.
I'm going to go ahead and take this moment to bitch about Pokemon Unite.
Quickly, go.
All right, it's the birthday of Pokemon Unite coming up.
Wow.
The celebration kicks off Thursday, July 21st. Glaceon is coming immediately then. I believe a week after that we get Buzzwole, and then a week after that we get Tyranitar. So yeah, I believe July 21st, July 31st, and August 14th are the dates of those specific releases for those Pokemon. There's going to be a boss rush mode, which I guess you get to fight stuff like the Electrodes and the Aqua Piter that I forget what the fuck its name is. Also, if you log in from July 21st for like 5 days or something like that, you can pick up supposedly the Unite licenses for Pikachu, Lucario, Blastoise, Snorlax, and Sylveon if you don't already have them. If you do have them, apparently you will receive 100 EOS coins, which I think is bullshit. You can also get the Hollowware fashionable style for Pikachu, concert style for Lucario, Firefighter style for Blastoise, bedtime style for Snorlax, and checkered style for Sylveon on those same days that you would receive their license. Again, if you already have those Hollowares, you get 100 EOS coins instead. There will be a celebration where you can collect pieces of cake and all that stuff. They are also shortening the next season of competitive play and claiming that it's going to be easier to get to Masters. But of course, we know that's fucking bullshit unless you're already playing in a group of 5, because if you're a solo or a duo player, you can't do fucking shit in that game. So Pokemon Unite, stop releasing Hollowares that you can't buy with Hollowware tickets, and also put some more stuff that you can purchase for fashion tickets, and suck my nuts.
All right. Back to what we were bringing DressBlacks on for, and he's here now. Yay!
Hey.
It was about selling houses, I believe.
Oh, well, I believe the story I was supposed to tell you is I was standing actually in the basement of the house we were working on.
It looks like a good basement.
With the real estate agent and just talking about a few things, and he asked me, well, would you be looking to sell the house that you're in right now? And I go, I'm not against the idea, but, it's going to be kind of hard because it's not in the best neighborhood and it's not in the best shape. And, it's going to be impossible for somebody to get a mortgage on it. And he goes, well, what do you mean? I go, well, when I say it's not in the best neighborhood, I mean, it's in one of the neighborhoods in East Cleveland that's basically redlined. I mean, I know that's not supposed to be happening anymore, but it still ostensibly does. And he just stops dead in his tracks. And he goes, did you just say what I thought you just said? And I go, yeah, the neighborhood, as far as I can tell, is pretty redlined. It's almost impossible for anybody to get a mortgage around there, partially because the condition of the houses and just not being a good neighborhood. And, it is a minority neighborhood primarily. And he goes, wow, I haven't heard anybody use that term in years. We're not even supposed to acknowledge that ever happened. It is, frowned upon in the industry to even discuss that term.
We're discussing it, bitches.
That's right.
And he goes, and I'm surprised to find, a home buyer in 2022 that even knows what that is and what that means. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I know exactly what it means, And he's like, yeah, I have to admit, kind of nod and wink sort of thing. It's not supposed to happen. It is completely illegal, but it basically still happens. There's still ways that people, can pull that.
We've come full circle to that doesn't happen versus that's not supposed to happen.
That was the conversation earlier, DressBlacks.
Yeah.
Issues with
her
cards or some sort.
Yeah. With swipe cards.
So yeah.
But yeah.
I couldn't remember the name of the word.
Okay. Did that cover what you wanted me to?
Yeah, because we were talking about how the internet in this neighborhood is shitty, and we're moving to a new neighborhood full of white people who won't take that shit.
Right. Yeah. Well, hopefully the internet will be better. For what we're
Yeah.
paying for the house, I really do hope the internet's better.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys later.
All right, thanks, Trust
Thank
Black.
you.
You have
I
a good
needed
night.
your brain.
Bye,
I
other
appreciate
Moo.
you. Love you.
Bye.
Red
But
line.
yeah,
Red line was
you
the word.
missed it, Moo, when he said, yeah, we're not supposed to acknowledge it because it's illegal. It's not supposed to happen. I'm like, and we're full circle.
Yep.
Back to doesn't happen, not supposed to happen.
Correct.
So,
What games do we got coming out?
got 2 games coming out that I want to talk about. First one's called Endling. You play as a mother fox, and you are making sure your tiny little foxlings make it through this forest that's been polluted by humans and
kits.
yes, your kits.
Baby foxes are kits.
And kind of just teaching them to survive. It's a little like adventure story and more of kind of like a hey, humans need to step it up and make things better kind of in the background going on.
I mean, it goes back to the early '90s animation movies.
Fern Gully?
The Fern Gully, Bambi,
Once Upon a Forest.
Nazca in the Valley of the Wind, and stuff like that. It's like the worst threat to the planet, man.
Second game that's coming out next week is Live Alive. It's a
yes, I want it. I need it. I gotta have it.
it's a remaster, if I recall, of an older version of it.
A remaster, or if it's actually finally a direct port. Like it used to be Japanese exclusive. I know that much.
It's definitely up-resed. If I'm looking at it right now. It looks better than if it was like, if I recall, it was like a Super Nintendo game.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's definitely up-res. So they've definitely remastered it.
Okay.
But you go through different time periods, living different lives and then leveling up characters. I don't know the whole story on it, but it definitely looks fun. I'm gonna probably try out the demo that's currently available now, and your demo levels transfer over to your full game when you buy it.
You basically start off in prehistoric caveman times, go full unga bunga, and then next thing you know, you're in 2640.
All right then.
But yeah, it's actually looks pretty good. Looks very time crisis-y with the type of animations and stuff they're doing.
Not Time Crisis.
Chrono Trigger, sorry.
Chrono Trigger, Chrono Crisis, kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger. Yeah, I probably will pick that up when I finish playing our game that's coming out next week as well on the channel. That I have already got content all the way to October to come out for everybody. So it's our Nerdgasm crew as fantasy characters. Moo's a ranger, the tallest of the group.
Yes.
Yes, you are the tallest.
No.
Merlin is of
Spoilers.
course a wizard.
Yep. Switch said that I finally got to do the most stereotypical wizard thing ever. I cast Fireball. It's a 5x5 room. I didn't ask. I said I cast Fireball.
Yes, you did. I'm a dwarf fighter, and Switch is a 12 is a halfling paladin, the shortest of us all.
He's so little, make him tiny.
And the characters,
man.
the entire game is voice acted. Surprisingly enough, even though you make your own characters, you get to choose between a couple of different voices, and the voice actors' reactions to things spot on for everybody. Like I missed a crossbow shot, and Moo yells out, "You suck!" I'm like, really?
It is
Okay.
definitely something Moo would say to a party member.
Yep. So
oh my god.
that will be coming out on Monday. So the day after this airs.
Also, I know that we've got Solasta going on. Do we have a potential ETA on Raft, or do we want to get a little bit more backlog first?
That one's going to take a lot of editing. We'll get to that. No worries.
I kind of figured as much, since it is two different
There's a lot of
videos
there's a
coming
little
together.
there's a lot of
And a lot of dead space, unfortunately.
sitting there doing nothing. Yeah,
Raft
trying to
is fun,
survive.
but it's not always action-packed.
Yeah, fishing, exploring. Yeah, kill the shark.
Running
Yeah,
away
that
from
too.
a shark in abject horror.
Yep.
I haven't heard that or played that game. I've heard of that game, but I haven't played it yet. It looks interesting.
Well, if you ever get the chance, we all have it. So
I'm amazed
It's
as to
true.
how
You
much.
could literally pick it up right now and join us, and you wouldn't be too far behind.
Yeah.
My hope is that when we move, right, and I don't have an hour commute each way, it enables me to do some of the things that I haven't been able to do because so much of my time is taken up by driving or sleeping so that I can make the drive.
I'm
Sounds like a plan.
amazed as to how much of your vision the shark head covers up.
They may have
Uh-huh.
fixed that. I heard that they were
Yeah.
making a couple of changes.
I put the shark head on my own like solo game, and it's only like a little bit of the top, a little bit of the bottom now. It's not like
Yeah.
oh squish.
Give it a squish.
So.
All right, wonderful. Looking forward to a couple of those, and also looking forward to checking out the Celesta
Mhm.
tomorrow. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. Let's go ahead and jump into the Geeky Wiki if everybody's okay with that. Geeky Wiki starting with Sunday, July 17th. I believe I told you that the sneaky peeky was that it's National Ice Cream Day. Delicioso. What's everybody's favorite flavor of ice cream? 12?
Blue Moon.
Espresso.
Really?
Cookie dough.
Espresso?
Yes.
Cookie dough, Blue Moon, Blue Moon. That's not the banana one, is it? That's Superman has banana flavor.
Blue Moon, the best thing I could describe it as is like if you took the milk after a bowl of Fruit Loops and made it into ice cream.
Now that you say that, I've had Blue Moon at my previous job. They got it in from somewhere in Wisconsin, I believe.
There's a couple places that make it, but
Favorite frozen treat. And I asked that question.
But it's not National Frozen Treat Day yet. 12.
Well, I asked that question because my favorite ice cream treat comes from an ice cream truck called Eat the Rich, and other things they serve are like ice cream Jeff Bezos that you can eat.
I saw
Or-
that ice cream Jeff Bezos is a thing now. I did see that. Actually, you're probably the one that posted it, aren't you? 12.
Yeah, oh yeah, because they had one in Jersey, like way back when. So I was just like, "What? You get to eat rich people?" Back then,
There
it
you
was
go.
like Trump and Bill Gates, but
everything is legal in New Jersey.
True.
I love Hamilton.
By the way, my favorite is probably cookies and cream.
I did know that.
Sunday is also the fast of Shiva Asar B'Tammuz, which is apparently for the Jewish faith. Forgive me if I pronounced all of that incorrectly. It is the birthday of Cade Sky and Angela Merkel, as long
Angela.
as Angela.
Angela Merkel.
Forgive me. It is also King's birthday in Lesotho, as in the Lesothan King's birthday. I don't know. It's Korean Constitution Day, Lake Superior Day, National Lottery Day, National Peach Ice Cream Day specifically, in addition to National Ice Cream Day, National Tattoo Day, the Lord's Day, I'm going to pronounce this one, Uttarat Singh Day, which is, I believe, a Hindu/Indian holiday according to this. World Day for International Justice, World Emoji Day, eggplant, Wrong Way Corrigan Day, Yellow Pig Day, and Everybody Deserves a Massage Week begins. Yeah. Monday, July 18th, Global Hug Your Kids Day. Obviously, you should hug your kids every day if you're able to, but especially on Monday, July 18th. Let that hug last another 2 to 3 seconds, basically until they say, "Come on, let go." Insurance Nerd Day is also July 18th. Marine Day in Japan. National Caviar Day. National Dapper Your Data Day. National Get Out of the Doghouse Day. National Sour Candy Day. I love sour candy. Nelson Mandela International Day, not to be confused with Mandela Effect International Day. Perfect Family Day, President's Day in Botswana, Vin Diesel's birthday, Nelson Mandela's birthday, Uruguay Constitution Day, World Listening Day, Coral Reef Awareness Week, National Zookeeper Week, and Royal Welsh Show, which is a horse show apparently. Tuesday, July 19th, Flight Attendant Safety Professionals Day, International Retainer Day. Are we talking about the teeth retainer or are we talking about.
Like
Yes, we're
the
talking
money?
about dental retainers. Martyrs Day in Myanmar, National Daiquiri Day. It is still a quest for me to have a banana daiquiri.
They're good.
National Flitch Day. What is Flitch? Okay. National Flitch Day is an unofficial holiday celebrated annually on July 19th. Dates back to an ancient custom that saw married couples earning a flitch of bacon by proving the strength of their union after a year. The couple would stand trial to prove their love and faithfulness to each other after a year and a day
And
of
the
their
reward
marriage.
was bacon?
And if successful, they were given a flitch of bacon as an award.
Fuck yeah.
Can somebody look up how much a flitch is while I continue?
Yeah, I will.
It's also National Football Day, as in soccer. National Urban Beekeeping Day. Like I said, don't be afraid of the bees. How much is a flitch?
Half a pig cut sideways, basically.
Oh, goddamn.
That's a
National-
lot.
As a lot of
It's a
bacon.
fuck ton of bacon.
National Words with Friends Day, Riley Curry's birthday, Steph Curry's daughter, it looks like. Benedict Cumberbatch's birthday, hell yeah. Stick Out Your Tongue Day, and the Sandinista Revolution Day. Wednesday, July 20th, Crown Prince Haakons Day. International Chess Day, National Fortune Cookie Day, National Hot Dog Day, National Lollipop Day, National Moon Day, as in the moon, in the, atmosphere and stuff like that, so don't go pulling your pants down in front of people. National Pennsylvania Day, National Ugly Truck Contest Day, Space Exploration Day, Take Your Poet to Work Day, Women's Union Establishment Day, World Jump Day, and the birthday of Alicia Debnam Carey and Pepe, who was a singer apparently. Thursday, July 21st, Romeo Santos' birthday, who's another singer apparently. Belgium Independence Day, Comic-Con, hell yeah. Guam Liberation Day, the birthday of Robin Williams, rest in peace. Invite an Alien to Live With You Day, and I believe we're talking about outer space aliens. Let me go ahead and look. To remember the 4-year-long Pam Dauber and Robin Williams show, Mork and Mindy. So yes, we are talking about
Space
interstellar aliens.
Honestly, I loved that show as a kid.
I never really watched it. I know that Mork got his start on Happy Days technically, and then he got a spin-off off of that, I think.
I think so. That sounds right.
The 21st is also Legal Drinking Age Day, National Be Someone Day, National Craft for Your Local Shelters Day, National Day of Prayer and Reflection and Thanksgiving in Montserrat. National Junk Food Day, National Lamington Day. Moo, do you want to go ahead and explain what a lamington is?
It's a type of It's a oh god, I'm gonna do it wrong if I don't look it up. It's a type of cake, but it's a very
Exotic.
specific. So it's Australia. You can't see that. It's an Australian cake. Basically like a yellow cake, either a butter cake or sponge cake, and then you cover it in chocolate sauce, and then you roll it in like sweetened dried coconut. But
And
you
it
have
looks like
to.
there may be some sort of jelly.
There
in between
can
the
be.
layers?
Sometimes there's jelly in between the layers, but basically you have to do it. You want to do it so the outside sort of soaks into the sponge cake, but not. It's a pain in the dick. I hate sponge cake. I don't like the texture of sponge cake. Twinkies piss me off.
Fair enough. The 21st is also No Pet Store Puppies Day. Now let me just go ahead and check. To raise public awareness of puppy mills and their connections to pet stores that sell puppies, kittens, and rabbits. Recently, a beagle dispensary for
Yeah, breeder.
lack of a better word, was taken down, and now animal shelters within like a 3-state radius or something are looking to hopefully house the poor beagles. So hey, if you're listening, check to see if your area is affected and save a beagle. It's also Racial Harmony Day and Take a Monkey to Lunch Day. That is really strange.
That's very oddly specific.
July 22nd, Casual Pie Day. And by Pie Day, I mean PI pie. So apparently, which doesn't make sense because 722, that's not pi. The world celebrates Pi Approximation Day every year on 22nd of July. No, we don't. It's March 14th that we celebrated 314 pi, right? Yes?
Yeah.
No?
Typically.
The fraction 22/7 is an approximate value of pi. And it is for this reason that this day is commemorated on July 22nd. Oh, yeah, go fuck yourselves. It's also Darwin Show Day, Karchi Puja, Lion's Share Day, Mango Day, National Hammock Day, the birthday of Selena Gomez and David Spade, National Panucci Fudge Day. I believe it's Panucci Fudge.
I think that's how you say it, yeah.
National Rat Catchers Day, Pie Approximation Day, so I guess casual pie, sure. Sarawak Day or Sarawak Day, Spoonerism Day, and World Brain Day. Finally, wrapping up the week on Saturday, July 23rd, it's Apollinario Mabini Day, Hot Enough for You Day, International Yada 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 Day, which of course, yada yada yada, became semi-famous on Seinfeld for being a short way of saying bumping uglies, yada yada.
That's what that is?
Yes.
I hate
In the
Seinfeld.
context of that show, yes.
Yeah.
I hate Seinfeld
Like
so
I
much.
remember, I think George was talking to Elaine. She's like, "Did you just yada 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 sex?" And she's like,
I mean, to be honest, I've had some sex that would be inappropriate. Yeah.
National Day of the Cowboy, National Gorgeous Grandma Day, National Sprout Day, and I guess we're talking about Brussels sprouts. Not my favorite, to be honest.
Or bean sprouts.
Nah, it looks like Brussels sprouts to me. Let me go ahead and check. The holiday appreciates Brussels sprouts. Blech. I don't like them because they're basically teeny tiny baby cabbages, and I hate cabbage.
They're good if they're done correctly. Roasted ones are very good.
This reminds me of a thing I saw recently. It's to tell the story. It's a kid correcting somebody else, saying it's not ghost broccoli.
Cauliflower.
It's cauliflower. And the guy's like, "Look, kid, I know what I saw." And for some reason, I don't know why, that just cracks me up.
Ghost broccoli.
Ghost broccoli.
Love it. National Vanilla Ice Cream Day, National Women Touched by Addiction Day, Peanut Butter and Chocolate Day, hell yeah. The birthday of Paul Wesley and Daniel Radcliffe, Sprinkle Day, or Jimmy's, if you prefer, even though
Fuck
it's incorrect.
all the way off. They are not Jimmy's.
I agree with you. I'm just saying some people would call them that.
No. My daughter came in the other day and asked me for Jimmy's on her ice cream, and I looked at her and I said, I don't have that in my house. You want to
Not
try
in
that
this
again?
household!
I said, that's what I said, you want to try that again? And she went, sprinkles? I said, yeah, I can get you some out of the cabinet. Nope. Fuck off.
Never heard him called
National
Jimmy's before.
Moth Week.
It's
Oh,
a
I have.
Pittsburgh
Never even
thing.
heard that term.
It's a Pittsburgh thing.
The only reason I know that is from Kids Next Door, the cartoon show.
Loved it. Partially animated in my town, actually.
A lot of stuff happens in Canada. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And finally, World Sjogren's Day. SJOGREN''S. Apparently, it is on this day the Sjogren's Foundation and other organizations joined together to spread awareness about this disease, help people better understand the symptoms and how to treat it. Sjogren's syndrome is an immune system disorder whose two primary symptoms include dry eyes and mouth, and as it attacks the cells that produce saliva and tears, as well as other parts of the body, such as the thyroid, kidneys, liver, lungs, and nerves.
Now we need a sock puppet day with all of us being sock puppets. On
Oh my
the
god,
YouTube.
yes.
Yes,
I'm
please.
down.
I'll do it.
Sunday, July 24th, your
Oh,
sneaky
Christ, we're
peeky at
still
next
talking.
week's Geeky Weeky. It is National Tell an Old Joke Day. So have fun with that. But that's next week's Geeky Weeky Sneaky Peeky. So let's go ahead and move on, shall we? Moo, you're looking especially sexy with that pencil up your nose. What do you got for the gasm portion?
It's a highlighter. Honestly, I had a topic in mind, and that took forever. And I'm blanking out. So I have a question, Merlin. This is just kind of what ends up happening now that we do this. So the wibbly wobbly timey wimey, you are hearing this before, conceivably you're hearing this before the next King Quest comes out. So sneaky peeky at the King Quest, we are talking about orgasm delay, denial, ruin, and forced orgasms. And I'm wondering how you feel about that subject, whether it's inflicting it on somebody else or having it done to you.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and quote one of my favorite lines from Futurama, involving the neutral alien race. I have no feelings one way or the other.
I thought you were going to say death by snoo snoo, and that's what you were going to quote. I was like, that's really kind of perfect for forced orgasm, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I've never had it done to me. It's never happened to me. I've never really enforced it, or anything like that, on a partner. So
I was curious. It's one that, again, because sneaky peek, if you're wibbly wobbly timey wimey, it's one that I don't necessarily understand. Maybe just because I'm not good at it. But I wondered what your feelings on that would be. I can't see you being the kind of person that's like,
no, yeah,
gonna make like this is what's happening. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of like, I'm just so excited to be involved. Like I'm just happy to be here. Whatever's going on, this is great.
Well, I mean, when you guys were talking about it before a little bit, like alluding to it, like I think, that's what I kind of said. It's like, look, I don't get it enough to, not perform adequately.
Oh, okay. So I did think of another thing that I wanted to talk about. So, as I mentioned, our internet has been acting up lately, right? So when we have somebody, like our router is in the bedroom, you can see that's our bed behind us. And I don't know if you can see, if you're looking, that gray box right there, full of sex toys. Fucking tons of them. It's full of them. There's more under the bed. There's more in this backpack next to me. They're fucking everywhere, right? Like we have a lot of them.
There goes the dildo.
No,
Sometimes
that was.
they like jump out from behind the furniture and attack your feet.
I mean, it's not that bad.
No.
But
When dildos attack.
Titmouse, God bless her, has her work cut out for her, because like when she knows somebody's coming, when she knows somebody will be visiting the house, she has to go through and like strategically put everything away. So like you can't see it, but like this shelf there's stuffed animals on it. So she'll like strategically put the stuffed animals in front of them, or she'll like, but it's difficult because like you never quite get all of them, or like you remember the toys but you forget the lube, or like this was still on the desk the entire time. And it really led me, going back to when we talked about like our dream dungeon, like I'm so excited to hopefully have a place where we can have some quality like toy storage.
That brings something up. Not sponsored whatsoever. On Netflix, there's a new show called
I mentioned that last week, did
I'm sorry, making your
How
own
to
sex
build
room.
a sex room or
How to build a
whatever.
sex room.
Yeah.
Oh, still, it's still fresh in
Apparently
my
it's a
mind. It was
fantastic series.
amazing.
You know what? I might have posted it in the Nerdgasm
That's-
Discord, but didn't actually bring it up. That's
Osaka
probably
passed it
why I
along to me as
Did she?
well.
didn't. Why am I not surprised?
I'm not even talking about how to build a whole sex room, like just the idea of like having everything in one place, or like I'm excited to find nightstands that like have storage in them. Because again, right now we're using these like fabric bags just kind of tucked into things, or fabric boxes, which works great. But like also you can see, like if you look, you see there's like this pink binder here, that purple thing right there. That's a penguin. That's a sex toy. Mine's over on the desk because it fucking died last night.
Aww.
I was so upset.
I've hidden sex toys in the background for you guys to find in the background once in a while. Go back and
I'm
watch.
You're just the Alfred Pennyworth of sex toys to me now, because if you're familiar with the character, he keeps guns like hidden every. Batman, the greatest detective, can't find them. You just have dildos hidden in spots.
There's right there, that white label or white bottle with the purple label. That's
Cleaner.
water based.
Oh,
There's silicone based, I think, on this shelf. That teal thing right there is the handle of a sex toy.
There's a question though, and I know that theoretically the answer is there isn't one, but how many is too many, or even how many is enough? Is there ever a point where you're like, okay, I have a butt plug in metal, silicone, and glass. I have, this dildo, that dildo, this one's shaped like this one's a corkscrew, this does this. Is there a point where it's just like, I don't need any more?
so I have a perfect answer for that, Merlin. It's like a new video game. Do you ever have enough? No. There'll
No, but I'm
always be
not
something new.
inserting video games into my body.
You're inserting knowledge and stories and endorphins into your body through the
I
video
have-
game.
5 butt plugs right here. And that's just what I have in the backpack next to me. There's a whole bin under the bed of insertables. The tail is not included in this. It's somewhere else. I have some other glass ones somewhere. I have silicone cock rings in here. I have, what is this?
See, again, I'm going
This
nerdy
is
with
the
it.
inflatable plug.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I'm just hearing her being asked to remove all her sex toys, and it cuts to the table.
Sounding.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's in here.
That's what's in there.
Yeah, the sounds. There is this is literally just what's easily reachable to where I'm sitting right now, right? Like, there's more under the bed. What's in here?
Okay, we get the I think that we all have an idea now.
You know what we need now is a hidden object game.
So I think
Instead of where's
So,
Waldo,
Merlin
it's
asked a
where's the
question.
Willies.
Is how many sex toys is too many?
Or is there a too many?
I don't honestly know.
Your pants.
I don't know how many is too many.
Have a seat. And I was pointing out, like, I pulled 5 butt plugs out of that backpack right there alone. Like, I was like, this is just what's easily reachable.
I don't know how many is too many. I mean,
Well, that's
Wow,
the thing.
what
I was
you're
kind
too
of
many is
asking,
when you
like,
can't keep track of them
is
anymore.
there-
You're constantly
And
leaving them
anything-
out for people to find that you
Dragon.
don't want to find them, I guess. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I mean, it's an arbitrary line.
We could keep going. Oh, so see,
And
but
that
like
line has
differences,
bees
right?
on it.
This one is double-ended and it adjusts. Like,
And
So-
each end vibrates independently.
so like that
That's
has
pretty
a
cool.
separate function. That's for a
actually
different
pretty
situation. Here's more butt plugs.
so. So what I'm hearing is
Again,
that we need a whole segment of what toys that we own
Is another
on King
plug.
Quest.
A lot of butt
There you
plugs.
go.
Like a lot of butt
The
plugs.
King
Like I'm
Quest
still
show
just-
and tell.
Yeah.
This week,
So many butt plugs.
No, definitely.
That's another butt plug.
What do you think,
I'm-
Dress
I'm
Blacks?
just
You think that's an
picturing
idea?
The
Um,
blue girl that
tail
handles a
butt plug.
big ass dildo like a katana in a video game.
Yeah, I think our next episode should be what sex toys we have in the show and tell on King
Maybe it's in
Quest.
the insertions. No, that's
we
the
could do that.
shared.
I remember we did a
Let's just go
uh,
on.
toy opening episode once.
There's another
We
right?
did.
So,
We did
We did.
unboxing like for the new stuff, but we didn't go through like everything we have. Oh, butt plugs.
yeah, I think we could probably do an episode just on our collection, to be completely honest.
well,
No, this is different stuff. That's a big.
I really want to see what Twelve has.
That's the share. I bet it's in the insertables bin.
I think we can do the
Yeah.
outro.
We have
Just
bins
a
under the bed. We have the
whole
bin of insertables and
dedicated to
a bin of
insertables.
non-insertables.
Oh, this is the non. Oh no, wait. Is this insertable or non-insertable?
I think it needs to be reorganized.
God, now I kind of want to see like a restaurant or a bar called
That's
Insertables.
the anal hook.
I bet there is. I
well.
only
I
have
think that that's
massage candle oil. It smells delicious.
I like this one.
We actually don't have that, but we got candles.
it's
There's a really big one.
Go for it,
somewhere.
Merlin.
sloppy.
We never did play with that one either.
Anyway,
really- It looks like a
thank you all
string.
so much for
Oh.
joining us here on the Nerdgasm Podcast, the podcast where we talk about things that are
It's a
nerdy
long
and
box.
definitely things that are naughty.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. though.
If you want to go ahead and check us out, the best place
So-
is go ahead and check out
so-
our link tree.
Quite possibly, too many comes when you can't remember where they're at, because right now there's a very, very large dildo somewhere in this house, and I don't know where. And when I say very large, I mean like my forearm.
Like the purple dick
Very
from Saints
large.
Row. Got it.
I've heard people talk about spiders like this, where they're like, "There's a very large spider in this
Oh.
house." somewhere."
Well, it's 18 inches. It's only about that big around.
I was
Only.
going to say, when she says large, she actually
Why
means
is there
large.
Orajel in here? That's kind of frightening.
What?
If you want to go ahead and check
Orajel
us
and
out, go ahead
vaginal
and check out our
tightener.
link
Vaginal
tree,
tightener makes sense to me, but
linktr.ee.
why Orajel?
It's
You can go ahead and find
Does
all of our
say
links to our
good job.
Twitters, our
other places.
YouTubes, our Twitches, and all
that
that
go in your
good
butt?
stuff.
It can't.
So, as always,
You
every
put
week,
Orajel in your butt?
thank you and
didn't
be
know that.
excellent to each other. Moo would say, love yourselves, appreciate yourselves, give yourselves grace.
Sorry, I can put that back in your sex kit.
Don't put Orajel in your anus,
Yeah.
he'd probably say.
12
Well,
words of wisdom.
Exercise your knees.
Exercise your knees. Buy a good pair of knee
There's
pads.
gotta be another bin, because this is not all of ours.
Make sure that you got enough toys for you and everyone else if you're going to show and tell.
There you go. It's just
Yeah,
like the
you need to
teacher-
have enough to share with the whole
Did you
class.
get
Yes.
enough for the class? Yes, I did.
Look,
Once
I
again,
gotta, like,
everyone,
save
thank
up
you
for a
so-
week.
Once again,
Well-
thank you so much for watching and listening. Until next time, friends, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Are we saying bye? What's happening?